Ontario Police is vibrating the apartment, and it's amplified in volume, so they're behind the tree right now. Again, this is criminal conduct that Mike Lorenz and Paul Leon are engaging in while I publish documentation on podcasts about their criminal engagement in federal group stalking and monitoring in concert with the population. They fly directly over the apartment, and while I'm in the kitchen, the ongoing reverberating, amplified sound of like vibrating helicopter activity. This is targeting, which you are recognizing by virtue of their presence in the path. This is gang stalking by the police who are acting toward malicious murder and kidnapping. And they're already on the record engaging in criminal defamation with the San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department and the Rancho Cucamonga Superior Court. This is also identifying targeting while I have multiple shadows right here. Okay, all you're doing is gang stalking in the engineer light. And they had the audacity in the face of the federal government to engage in threatening my life and gang stalking with the people. They're all going to prison. All of them are going to prison, and that demon is going to federal prison as well. This is criminal conduct that Mike Lorenz is directly being documented and exposed for. He is done with law enforcement, and so is everybody employed by the Ontario Police Department. Understand that I published the podcast on the internet. The government, that is the City of Ontario, that is monitoring it in violation of Title 18, Section 22618, subsections 1 and 2, engages in criminal acts of retaliation, such as gang stalking when targeting in a private space, a sex offense, because they're hostile and they're mentally unstable demons stalking in helicopters, which the mayor of the city and the governor of the state knows about the millions of dollars that are wasted in order to do so, with the population that's gang stalking with the corrupt police who are going to be disbanded. That's Ontario Police, where the fake sun is over that police department. All right, and the fake sun is over that police department both in the morning and in the afternoon. That's not the sun, and it's also not the sun while the fake sun remains at Woodside Senior Apartments from the beginning to the end of the day. There's no provision that that would ever be the natural environment, and that's also a demon-possessed person that's gang stalking, domestic terrorism, and psychological torture by sex offenders who are nothing but gang members. And that person's going to prison, but this is criminal conduct that Mike Lorenz is accountable for, Paul Leon is accountable for, and they engage in criminal acts of retaliation while they're engaged in criminal monitoring. Paul Leon is out of office. He has no desire whatsoever, by the way, to even appear as anything legitimate, while the police are still gang stalking me because I'm identifying those demons, those sex offenders, by name. Okay? It is currently, again, 11:08 p.m. That's targeting. All of these demons are engaging in criminal acts of retaliation and harassment together. That's showing the mental illness of the demon possessed. Those that are a threat to national security, they hate the Constitution, they hate the fact that someone is enforcing their rights, and speaking also the fact that they're all demon possessed. Satan hates it, and plus the people of the state and the demon possessed are a threat to the public. While you're stalking people in helicopters, you're exhibiting the fact that you're a threat to the public. All right, they're done with law enforcement. So it's currently, again, 11:08 p.m. As a real-time example, this is why Jason 910, gang stalking under the fake sun over the Ontario Police Department on August 17, 2021. That's why he's going to federal prison, because this is the criminal system he was engaging in at that crime scene, a police station. That's literally antithetical to the purpose of the police. The crime scene is literally the police station under the fake sun and an engineer light. And that demon is gang stalking as I'm capturing that pattern of conduct at the Ontario Police Department. And this is the criminal system he's engaging in at his place of employment, the Ontario Police Department. He's going to prison for kidnapping. And Mike Lorenz, just like Derek Williams, are engaging in that same criminal system. It is currently, again, 11:09 p.m. This is criminal acts of retaliation by the state. And the people of the state are going to federal prison because they're gang stalking with the state. There's criminal elements of monitoring while my multiple upright shadows are underway. And while it's also relevant because I happen to be engaged in documentation of the state, and the state engages in ongoing criminal acts threatening my life, my safety, my well-being, and my liberty. This is the same entity that has conspired with the people of the state, Tracy Banks, who has assumed my identity, sought to conspire to set me up for crimes that I did not commit, while the entity was at the same time gang stalking me in the manner that you just saw by helicopters and seeking to criminally kidnap me by waging false allegations with the entity fully had every purpose of, through bearing false witness, by the way. So the entity, well, oh yeah, she committed the crimes and she did this. This is the proof we have. That's why she engaged in assuming my identity in order to falsely accuse me with the corrupt police, who then bear false witness with manufactured information and documents and evidence in the corrupt courts, like the Rancho Cucamonga Superior Court, which is also documented with the fake sun over that venue while they're monitoring me. Just like here at Woodside Senior Apartments, where the fake sun is present all day, and the demons, like in number 55, who does not sleep, is not employed in order to engage in criminal surveillance with the police who provide evidence against her. That's why she's going to a mental asylum. Tracy Banks is going to a mental asylum, and all the demons in units 33 through through 64, and AVANATH employees, including Linda Reyes. By this very video evidence, she's going to prison, and so is every other employee. It is currently, again, 11:10 p.m. This is the impunity and the malice of the demons who are a threat to national security. That includes Paul Leon. That includes Mike Lorenz. All right, that includes the demons who represent all the corrupt departments under the corrupt leadership of Paul Leon, who targets a woman who is enforcing her constitutional rights because he's a sex offender and I'm enforcing my rights against him. Okay, it is currently, again, 11:11 p.m. This is P.O.C.